Godzilla vs. Megalon is one of the most beloved Godzilla movies of all time. Many fans, both old and new, can trace their first memory of the King of the Monsters back to this wild and campy, lovable flick. For its 50th anniversary, it was announced Gemstone Creative Label, the content producer behind 2022's fabulous Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex, would be making a short Godzilla vs. Megalon tribute, and it would premiere on November 3rd, 2023, Godzilla Day. What was it like seeing Megalon return in all his menacing glory? In this video, I'll be giving you a breakdown of the plot and my honest thoughts on 2023's Godzilla vs. Megalon. Our story begins miles beneath the ocean. In the undersea kingdom known as Seatopia, a mysterious woman appears before the ravaged remains of Gigan Rex. This is interesting for a number of reasons. First, it signals beyond reasonable doubt that this is a sequel to Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex. Next, it demonstrates what will become a staple of this film, where we see live-action performers and locations intercut with completely CG environments. As a motion graphics artist who loves his stop-motion, real-world composites, I thought this was cool. With a mystical amulet, the Seatopian priestess, as I'll be calling her for the remainder of this breakdown, commands the cyborg's energy to be used to awaken, you guessed it, the mighty Megalon. Roll credits. On the surface world, we find ourselves amidst a city being evacuated. Godzilla is attacking. Must be Godzilla Day or something. But the JSDF are here to keep the giant monster busy. Military observers have analyzed the powerful kaiju, noting his thermonuclear energy has reduced by 30%. We're not given a clear explanation why this is the case. It's possible Godzilla's previous encounter with Gigan Rex severely taxed his energy. Strangely enough, Godzilla doesn't retreat. He seems to be searching for something. Additionally, the military makes mention of a moving hypocenter. Sounds suspicious. Next, we see a man live streaming outside a facility, stating Gigan Rex's remains are being kept there. This whole sequence was surreal to watch when this movie premiered on the Godzilla Day livestream. It was very meta. The reporter is played by Japanese announcer Shinsuke Kasai, who is the host of Godzilla Fest, which is where this nifty film first premiered. The reporter goes on to say he's heard about the emergency announcement and he should skedaddle. But before he does, he sees a group of JSDF soldiers confronting the Seatopian priestess. They're telling her to stand down, but she defiantly sticks her hand up, casually putting them to sleep with her magic, or advanced Seatopian science. Who knows? Those soldiers are better off comatose because, well, they would have shit themselves if they saw the humongous Megalon rise from the earth. Megalon's updated design is perfection. He looks absolutely fearsome and intimidating. Megalon's warlike demeanor confirms one thing and one thing only. He's here to court death. This is aptly demonstrated when Megalon fires napalm darts, which are kind of like a modified version of his napalm balls from the original film, and they quickly make short work of JSDF forces. In a sea of fire, Megalon basks in the destruction he has wrought. But the terror isn't over. The giant cockroach kaiju unfurls his wings and takes flight. And the Seatopian priestess watches him leave with a cold, detached look. I mean, it kind of like, I read that as like, yeah, you better go wreck those humans, but get back home before supper. Darkness has fallen and the city is under siege. Real quick tidbit, it looks like the city is referred to as Toku-ji, which is both hilarious because, you know, tokusatsu and the G, I'm taking that as Godzilla, but it's awesome. Megalon is wreaking havoc, destroying everything and everyone in his path until Godzilla shows up in his path. And Godzilla looks up at Megalon with a, "You are one ugly mother."
Ooh, Godzilla, what terrible language!
Megalon spits a barrage of napalm darts at the atomic titan, annihilating several city blocks in quick succession. But the Seatopian deity isn't finished. Oh no, that was just an opening salvo. Megalon flies at Godzilla at maximum speed and demolishes the heart of Tokuji like it's the like button. When the smoke clears, it looks like an atom bomb went off. We're treated to this wallpaper-worthy shot of Godzilla and Megalon staring each other down. It's just phenomenal. I love it. Megalon tries sizing Godzilla, but Godzilla isn't playing. He charges the bug monster with a tail swipe. Alas, Megalon is too fast, quick on his feet, or in the air because he takes to the skies. But Godzilla has long-range capabilities. He fires his iconic atomic blast. Megalon answers with his Uno reverse card. And by that, I mean a long-range projectile of his own, and he instantly paralyzes Godzilla with an electrical beam. It temporarily stuns Godzilla, but that's more than enough time for Megalon to fly down and bludgeon Godzilla's face with a massive right hook. Godzilla is sent hurling several hundred meters back. It's quite brutal. Before Godzilla can regain his equilibrium, Megalon shocks him again, but this time Godzilla is ready. Godzilla unleashes an Uno reverse card of his own in the form of the famous nuclear pulse, repelling Megalon's electrical attack. Megalon rapidly moves in to cave in Godzilla's face, but nope, not today. Godzilla channels his nuclear power into his right hand and delivers his atomic fist. Godzilla's atomic fist clashes with Megalon's striking drill, and Seatopia's god is sent careening back in a sea of smoke and debris. It's here we see the personalities of the respective kaiju shine. Megalon folds his wings, recognizing Godzilla as a worthy foe. And Godzilla's all like, "You're Godzilla right." The military observer is impressed by Godzilla's skills, but notes Megalodons. What the? The military observer is impressed by Godzilla's skills, but notes Megalon's energy levels are beginning to spike. What will Godzilla do? Godzilla and Megalon clash. Both kaiju appear evenly matched. Suddenly, Megalon's napalm darts strike Godzilla at point blank and the powerful monster falls. Now, you've probably heard the saying, you shouldn't hit someone when they're down. Yeah, try telling that to Megalon. Oh no, Megalon winds up getting ready to pounce. But then, in a true homage to the original film's classic scene of Godzilla sliding on his tail before kicking Megalon, it's amazing. You all know what I'm talking about. This film cranks it up to 11. Godzilla's dorsal spikes unleash a pulse of energy that sends him flying. Above the ravaged streets of Tokuji, you'll believe a giant dinosaur can fly. Godzilla delivers an atomic kick to Megalon's gut. Megalon falls to one knee, visibly shaking by his opponent's unexpected attack. And right as Megalon looks up, Godzilla is there and reaches down, taking hold of his horn. Megalon tries everything to break free. He delivers skin-flaying electrical shocks. His drills morph into blades, but they swipe at Godzilla with impunity. As for Godzilla, well, he's had enough. His clenching hand charges up with atomic power and blasts Megalon back, blowing off his horn in the process. A weary Godzilla roars in pain, his right arm badly damaged. Megalon lies in rubble, seemingly defeated. Suddenly, the Seatopian priestess appears. When she fades into light, Megalon rises up to continue the fight. The fearsome beast combines his drills into one, a mega drill, if you will. Megalon flies at full speed, driving his spinning mega drill into Godzilla's gut. Godzilla cries out as he's forcibly pushed back across the cityscape. Megalon continues drilling into Godzilla, hell-bent on destroying Godzilla once and for all. This entire sequence perfectly encapsulates Megalon as a bloodthirsty, fearsome brawler. But Godzilla is his father's son. In a callback to the final battle against Gigan Rex, Godzilla's spike emit a powerful white glow. Godzilla fires what I believe to be a supercharged variant of his father's spiral blast, instantly slicing Megalon in two while setting the city ablaze. But you know, it was already broken, it's cool. The light from Megalon's eyes fade to black. His upper half is left to rot, its cauterized torso glowing under a night sky. Godzilla roars in victory, but victory comes at a price. Having incurred heavy damage, Godzilla collapses. Both fallen kaiju are surrounded by the destruction their battle has wrought. The credits roll. Remember, folks, it's nice to watch the credits every once in a while, you know. Many people work hard on these films, so staying for the credits is a nice way to honor their hard work. It also pays off because, you know, post-credit scenes are a thing. Thank you, Marvel. We hear the military announce the end of their mission. The alert has been lifted, but they'll keep an eye on things. Godzilla must have heard him because his eye opens. Fade to black. Alright, so let's talk about the movie. The plot is fairly straightforward. It does leave a few loose threads, which is ripe for fun speculation, or a series of fan theory videos. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The kaiju are the true stars of the film. Of course, there does, you know, is it just me, or there does seem to be a consensus of fans that boldly claim we only watch these movies for the monsters. While the monsters are a big reason why I'm watching, no doubt smiling ear to ear because I love this stuff. Honestly, Godzilla be told, I'm mainly here for the human characters. We need compelling human drama to move the plot forward. But for these short films, making it a pure creature v creature spectacle seems to work fine. But hey, speaking of the kaiju, Megalon's design is perfection. I love the OG design, but the gemstone version is a massive improvement. Moreover, this Megalon's personality is so much better. The original Megalon is a moron. Despite being one of the most powerful kaiju Showa Godzilla faced, Megalon's intelligence held him back in the top 5, but you know, an argument could be made for top 3. But Gemstone Megalon is not your daddy's Megalon. He's built different. I loved how Megalon was shamelessly brutal and sadistic. You know this Megalon loved to fight, and he absolutely relished giving Godzilla a run for his money. Oh hey, speaking of Godzilla, yeah, he's great. Granted, it's not like he does a whole lot aside from stomp around and fight the titular bad guy. So, you know, Godzilla being Godzilla, cool. Still, I can't help but think they could have gone just a little further in fleshing out his motives. For example, why is his thermonuclear energy diminishing? Godzilla activating his white burning state, exacting a heavy toll, would have made for an interesting twist. It might prevent everyone from, you know, asking, why doesn't he just go in that super state all the time? Also, the previous film alluded to him being a protector, yet he seems to be just as antagonistic to humanity like his father before him. I loved how the kaiju power abilities were utilized in creative ways. For instance, Godzilla using his nuclear pulse as a defensive maneuver and then using it to like literally just fly through the air like a giant kaiju-sized missile to deliver just an awesome atomic drop kick. It was beautiful. Of course, Megalon being able to morph his drills into like sabers was just rad, man. Just super cool. The humans fulfill the roles they're given. Nothing to write home about. The Cetopian priestess was interesting. It would have been nice to learn more about her. It is a shame we didn't get to see the return of Emperor Antonio. Sleep well, my Cetopian king. The potential for these projects dwarfs even Godzilla. Even though it hasn't been made official, compelling evidence points to this being a fully grown Godzilla Jr. As I mentioned in my Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex review, this brought a profound sense of closure, which I didn't know I needed at the time. This, in turn, opened many doors of possibilities. Are we witnessing a continuation of the Heisei Godzilla storyline? Moreover, could we see the return of other era storylines too? What if we see Showa Godzilla again? Imagine a fully grown Manila. What if we're gifted a sequel to films that left us wanting more? GMK, Tokyo SOS, or maybe even Shin Godzilla. Like with its predecessors, don't be surprised if we end up seeing Mechagodzilla next year or the year after, be it in the form of Gemstone's next Godzilla adventure or a live-action Godzilla Fest picture. Given how 2024 and 2025 marks Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terror of Mechagodzilla's 50th anniversary, respectively. Ugh, that's a mouthful. We might end up getting both, plus the return of Titanosaurus, fingers crossed. In conclusion, Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex left me wanting more, and Godzilla vs. Megalon 2023 delivered. It's a solid, entertaining short film that honors the 1973 original, and then some. I highly recommend it. Thank you for stomping by, Kaiju viewer. I'll destroy you utterly next time.